Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
It's called being a freelancer. Old folks just don't get it.
Don't you think my craftsmanship deserves a higher price?
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
It's called being a freelancer. Old folks just don't get it.
Don't you think my craftsmanship deserves a higher price?
Alford tumben, minggu ya. Aduh, hujan gede dari jam 2. Bentar. Halo Komoko, halo Alford. Hujan. Nggak kedengeran kan ya? Harusnya nggak kedengeran hujan. Hydro kalah sama Anemo. Kemarin Anemo dari AC kedengeran. Halo Egi. Bentar, aku mau ini. Halo bot Nakarels. Fellow gamer. Nggak enak hujan gede gini rasanya. Nggak kedengeran apa-apa. Kok ini sayang-sayang semua ini nominnya? Rusak kayaknya. Adam, halo. Sore. Udah jam 5. Lagi red up kayaknya. Sayang lagi red up. Event. Lagi ada. Aku di Bogor malah sering hujan gede, petir nanti. Kayaknya kalau petir kedengeran. Hoki, haha. Lagi. Asupan halunya nggak kurang.
Happy to oblige. Stand with me.
Hyper belum.
Rest and rebuild. Our bond is strong. Shazam!
perih juga. Ini lewat mana? Aku pengen unlock ini nih. Reputation belum unlock sama sekali soalnya. Kayaknya yang Act 3 aja dulu biar dapat 100. Disuruh kill 7 apa? 7 jamur kan? Oh itu. Kirain ini.
Stand with me.
Terbang dia. Au, au, au.
Hold the line.
Tuh kan, nembakan hyperloom-nya 3 biji. Cuman dia cuma kena 2 damage. Kena limit. Harusnya 30.000, damage-nya jadi 20.000. Tidak seru.
Add Thank you for Add
Cuy. Ya. Resin nanti aja lah. Sampai sampai Jumat minggu depan. Pas banget 5 hari lagi, beneran 5 hari lagi. 4 jam 23 4 hari 23 jam 59 menit. Hari Jumat.
Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
Skippy.
I've already tried that. But all the key members of the Academia, even the core 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals.
Wow. Akademia nggak pakai Akasha.
It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
Possess a student.
No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing? That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
Aneh rasanya ngomongnya sama Katheryn tapi suaranya begini.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages. Are we really out of ideas?
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Hah? Practical motion at the beginning of any session.
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
Hello. Hello, X.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
Nope. Nggak ingat.
Sataria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one
Oh,
who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia?
yang waktu itu bareng si Nilu itu ya.
We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You
Ya,
could even say we're old enemies by now.
Act 3 doang kayaknya. Tergantung kali sepanjang apa.
Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
Yang pasti Act 3 dulu. Kalau pendek ya Act 4.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special.
Ya makanya aku kan nggak skip.
Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice.
Udah.
She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore.
Too far.
Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Sataria will take a day off from the Academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Katherynenya balik nggak? Belum. Oh, di bawah. Kukira di Grand Bazaar. Hai.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
Di hijack Katherynenya.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria?
No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
Hah? Buat?
Talking style and key characteristics?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates?
Hai, sore Mio.
The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Nabia namanya.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can we get a fortune reading for her?
Of course, of course. In that case. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the
Wih.
past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Questioning the Lord's Geo financial savvy.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Hmm.
I define as in love.
Love prospects? No problem at all.
No respect.
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be
Kayaknya udah nggak hujan.
revealed.
Udah hilang hujannya.
One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you. How could that be?
Oh. Ayaka keluar. Traveler. Habibitos, ha?
Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
Harem.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is
Harem.
suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Bilang harem.
I've never seen Harut and Marut be so wary of anyone.
Moranya melayang. Tetap pada tahu ini nggak? Ada mana sih? Ini. Salah pencet. No, udah di fix kah? Oh, belum. Ya, oh lupa. Belum di fix. Bye-bye. Masih belum di fix. Hai. Bisa ngomong ke orang pakai gini. Hai, Nabia.
I've never seen Harut and...
Bye, have a great time. Itu lagunya Nara. Sampai hafal. Bye. Coba kita ke sana pakai ini. Oh, dapat tuh.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep, it belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, Listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Hah?
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Tertipu.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from the roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos now.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave
What?
you to it.
Beneran.
Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure.
Beneran mau beli dia.
Every-
Next. Oke, kita ke sana pakai ini. Nah. Nah, gini. Kayak main puzzle. Bentar. Sini. Yeay, berhasil.
This should be our final stop. Sitaria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Jago.
You've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens, after all.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Oh.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire
ya,
childhood
namanya
staring
Liyue.
at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well?
Hmm.
Huh.
Baru
First
tahu.
I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Aduh, maaf.
So, was that everybody?
Mana bumerang Nggak balik.
Three familiar faces should be enough for Sitaria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're
Mau
planning
di-
to make Sitaria face her problem.
Nah, Hidanya mau ngeproses itunya ya. Tokonya.
Sitaria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities.
Terus ngomongnya pakai, makanya dia mau ambil ngomong gaya ngomong mereka.
I remember that you mentioned that the
Oh?
Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of the
Gaslighting
Lumayan may turn
time.
out to
Iya,
be
di gaslight.
Sitaria's soft spot.
Di trigger sama toko shopkeepernya. The fate of...
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria
Waduh.
feels about her homeland.
Tidak baik.
Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So how do we set that up?
Well, the Scarlet King is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her
kan.
close acquaintances to talk with her,
Di gaslightnya
her
pakai
reaction would
shopkeeper.
probably be very different.
So you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure.
Yikes.
She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Wait, what?
Huh? Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone.
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
Hah?
Huh. That is pretty convenient. But why does she have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it.
Ah.
We're only doing this to help everyone.
Hujannya udah
We'll
hilang,
only be
petirnya
burning
masih
them for a
malah
while anyway.
datang.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
Besok. Ya dah. Kita tunggu besok beneran. Cek Nilu checklist. Dia talentnya pakai apa sih? Pasti ada ya talentnya Trident ya? Apa Trident kayaknya? Waduh. Ini udah 46. Kayaknya harus naikin Kole ke 80 ini. Talentnya dia Raiden yang ini. Nih, banyak cukup lah. 46. Hydro-nya udah. Talent udah. Adisara udah. Kayaknya yang sebelum siap artifactnya not. Yang belum siap artifactnya. Ntar si Kole. Si Kole 6 chunk. Itu chunk kan? That's not chunk. Chunk 6 chunk. Mudah prefer, mantap ya dong. Sangat mantap. Oh cukup nih. Ini berapa? 13. Berarti butuh 18. Berarti bikin 5. Levelnya nanti kali. Dapat 1 pore. Kokomi nggak tahu dia level 90 nggak, tadinya mau, cuman masih nggak tahu siapa yang trigger di Nilo kan. Kayaknya si Kokomi paling jarang triggernya soalnya dia paling lambat. Ya tapi no ICD sih. Dendro-nya lebih lambat lagi. Lihat nantilah. Harusnya nggak ada 4 star. Ya nggak ada. Set. Jadi nanti begini nih lo, mana sih? Ini aja nih. Kokomi, terus Nilo, Barbara dulu deh. Ya sisanya 2 lagi ya ini. Traveler 90 bisa ya? Oh iya bisa Traveler level 90. Tuh bangkrut aku. Belum Nilo 90, mungkin Kokomi 90. Waduh. Untung aku lelain ngambilin XP. Sekali itu 200 kan? Sekali ke 90. Timnya aman, iya. Sehatnya aman. Damage-nya aman nggak? Hujan lagi coba, ya ampun ini nge-troll ini hujan. Kebiasaan di sini. Makanya kemarin aku mau ngambil Kokomi. Karena emang ya gitu. Karena emang rencananya pakai Kokomi. Kalau nggak pakai Kokomi ya pakai Barbara. Kecuali kamu mau nungguin Nahida buat Nahidanya bawa prototipe Amber. Masih lama. Mestinya Nahida dulu yang rilis baru Nilo. Tidak masuk akal. Ini ya udah ya. Hah?
Here she comes. Satori is here.
Ya damage gede kalau pakai Ocean Net, ya damage-nya Nilo maksudnya.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them.
Tapi Nahida prototype Amber sayang sih. Dia kayaknya scalingnya lumayan.
As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say.
Paimon's starting to feel kind of nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
Shh. Transisi, widih, jelek banget transisinya. main transfer jutsu.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there. Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Oh no, ulangan. Aduh. Dubnya kok nggak Jepang? Kalau story aku lebih suka Inggris soalnya kalau Jepang pusing baca subtitle sama dengerin suara yang beda. Harut and Marut.
Ah, that's right. They are just
Kalau salah gimana ini?
Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
Kok ngomongnya aneh ya?
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
Iya, biar kalau Kalau bahasanya, kalau suaranya beda, pas baca subtitle jadi kayak distracted sama suaranya, jadi nggak sinkron. Kalau gini kan nggak perlu baca subtitlenya udah bisa, tinggal dengerin.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my
Ah.
current project at work?
Ah.
I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth. The gods are asking, Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question.
Oh.
The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, the Scarlet King.
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Oh, wait a second. The Scarlet King passed away a long time ago. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King still exist in real life?
Oh, dia bocor. Has been spreading it's a misinformation campaign. Sengaja jadinya dari akademia. What? Why? Biar berantem.
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry, I must go now.
Nah, berarti yang nyebarin Scarlet King-nya si akademi ya? Hah?
Oh, she just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too.
Well done. Sitaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
Bisa baca
All I
emotion.
know are some abstract Harvata theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sitaria.
He's out of Keem's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away.
Hah? Hah? Oh. Wait, what? I'm here. Lah, precise banget. Oh. Pottery.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again? Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget? Speaking
Ulangan.
of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
Oh? Apa bedanya? Kan dia kakinya jatuh dari genteng. He can walk. Oh ya, walking dong.
That's good to
Yeah.
hear. I've been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Banyak banget ulangannya.
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the Scarlet King?
Aduh.
I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray the Scarlet King, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Akeem, you don't mean you've also become a believer of the Scarlet King?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a
Beneran
side?
digaslight deh.
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria,
Hujan lagi.
but once everything is over,
Ah,
I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
gas.
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan.
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Ulangan dulu.
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things,
Ulangan dulu. Apakah kamu
I
ingat?
celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Uh-oh.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to the Scarlet King as well.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia, and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
Please, please stop!
Uh-oh. Ulangannya cuma sekali ya.
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do?
This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Macho right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
The Scarlet King! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing.
Wih, dikomporin lagi.
You know my name?
The Scarlet King is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become,
Alam.
and the deeper you will be ensnared.
Yeah. Kena spoiler loh kamu. Kamu belum kan? Iya. Aku jago roleplay.
Child of the Scarlet King, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of the Scarlet King.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of the Scarlet King. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just
Are
a
you the
believer
god
of the Scarlet
himself?
King? Or are you the god himself?
Not wrong.
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
Hey, gaslighting.
How much do you know about the sage's
Successful.
current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zero's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city. And even the sages are still quite wary of him.
Siapa?
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
No way.
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see... let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side!
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. She's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, would we just pray to you? God of wisdom and guardian of the scholars?
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild.
Prege. Ya, pre-gay. Nih. Empat khas Serpent Spine. 1088. C6. Suaranya gede banget sih. Aduh. Tomorrow ya? The following night. Berarti malam ini. Bukan besoknya kan? Hari ini kan? Nope, besoknya. Cik. Cik. Sangat following night. Bukannya hari itu juga ya? Tahu lah, Inggris susah. Saya pakai bahasa Indonesia. Udah berapa achievement sih? 522. Balik Katherynenya. Katherynenya kembali.
We're here! Oh, you are the other Catherine, right?
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yeah, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking.
Yeah, nope. Axe to doubt.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off? It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you?
No, I think she's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual.
Uh-oh. It's a trap.
If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace.
No?
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer.
Noel tinggal cari mah geladi ya. Aduh. Oh no, it's a trap. Kita datang dari atas. Oh, nggak bisa TP. Jalan.
There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Hah? Ini hilang juga. Toko ini ada. Itu ada. Ini hilang. Damn, ini hilang nggak? Hilang. Gila. Mungkin ketahuan kali sama Grand Sages-nya. Di atas ya? Mana sih? Oh iya, di atas kan. Yang itu ya. Oh.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Huh?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last.
Oh.
And to a rather spectacular welcome. even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Oh,
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
build, sorry. Omega build.
If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
No.
That guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Wih. Ini hijau.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Wih. Pantesan nggak boleh TP. It's a
This should
disaster.
be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first.
Paimon kan terbang, ya ampun.
Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari
Oh, yang si
did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently. And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor. Yeah, now that the Doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis? Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right? You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia Forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose.
kembali.
Let's go to Gandharvaville.
Ketemu Kole nggak? Dokternya sakit jiwa. Ketemu Kole, kemana? No, no. Oh tidak. Aduh, belum karakter questnya. Aduh, belum karakter questnya. Aduh. Ya ampun. Blunder. What a disaster. Nggak ada pemberitahuan subsub baru, nggak ada. Kalau nggak salah lumayan gampang itu, aku pernah bikin itu. Nanti deh setup kalau sempet. Aduh, makin lama dong. Genshinnya dev aku. Dev. IR 190. Kalau untuk Geo cukup segini mah 200-an cukup. Ya udahlah. Mau gimana lagi? Kelarin dulu dong. Apa bisa tengah-tengah switch? Tapi nanti kepotong story yang ininya. Ya tergantung IR-mu juga, tergantung IR-mu berapa. Kalau aku dari substat sama senjata udah cukup.
This is where you've been, Tainari? That's...
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Tainari, everything's spinning.
Iya, Favo. Harus ada crit rate juga dari substat.
Am I going to die? Tell Mom that I should have listened to her, and tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. I didn't tell her because I was scared that she wouldn't play with me anymore. Tainari, I heard that people turn into birds after they die. Is that true? I feel like I'm getting lighter.
What happened? Tainari, is he?
Okay, enough nonsense. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Lebay.
Really? Then can you keep the thing about the toy a secret for now?
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. Keeping secrets to yourself won't solve anything.
Waduh, kalau R1 agak susah. Tergantung kalau kena musuhnya cuma satu harus nyelipin NA, susah itu.
Oh.
Nggak, pantesan Tainarinya kayak tenang-tenang aja, bocahnya lebay.
Let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy. How did you get this sick all of a sudden?
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to play in the forest. I just wanted to look inside. It's different from before. I got lost and went around in a huge circle. After I got out, I started feeling dizzy.
Could it be?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, go rest. No running around until I say so, got it? Traveler, Paimon, let's step out for now.
Ya crit aja kali.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest, but I only said that to comfort him. His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche. Antipyretics won't be of much use.
What do we do? Mr. Forest Watcher, You have to help him.
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help soothe the mind.
Vasanti
A
grass.
small number grow in arid deserts.
Oh.
They usually look like shriveled weeds, but can be revitalized with a splash of water. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidya forest's climate, so I don't have any on hand. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale, have her prepare medicinal tools and a set of traveling gear for me.
Crit-nya berapaan? Yang crit aku KJL. Crit aku kalau nggak salah 33, tapi pavonya R5. Segitu aja kemarin kalau nggak salah aku pas 20 itu nggak enak banget. Aku 20 kemarin, apa 30 aku lupa. Soalnya kalau misalkan di press itu EOI-nya kecil. Jadi kena musuhnya kadang nggak gitu banyak. Kena satu kadang, apalagi kalau musuhnya gede.
Alright. Thank you.
Nah itu UID. Itu UID cuman di itu kan kayak koordinat jadi otomatis ya. Yunjin di Monogeo itu nggak bisa dong, kan itu kan mainnya charge.
Is that why you two are also here?
Itu mainnya charge attack bukan normal attack lah. Lightingnya berubah.
Yep. Is it a new withering zone?
Bentar ya.
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or resultant effects, they're completely different. The only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home in the Avidya forest, so I can't turn a blind eye.
We feel the same way.
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated region. There's no time to waste. We have to move quickly. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Xiao Raiden. Oh, mantap ini. Apa ini? Oh. Iya, udah bagus. Iya. Udah bagus. IR pun udah lumayan, udah gede. Wah, itu. Ini engulfing. Oh ya, engulfing ya. Tetap IR ya ininya. Oh. Udah bagus sih. Gobletnya apa? Oh, tag. Kayaknya kalau engulfing kamu maunya goblet elektro deh. Tapi nggak apa-apa sih. Bagus ini soalnya. Engulfing, soalnya engulfing udah banyak banget attack-nya pasti. Apalagi kalau kamu pakai Bennett. Ini belum on field kan. 28. Okay. Yeah. Energy recharge-nya juga agak gede, cuman ya udah nggak apa-apa lah, udah bagus. Yang lainnya enggak kan. Gila, signature semua. Iya, signature nih. Ini signature bukan? Ya, Iron Sting. Ganti Favonius aku kasihnya. Oh, ini melt doang ya? Ya, WT melt doang. Nggak main burst berarti. Attack-nya itu kan belum on field kan? Kalau on field itu attack-nya lebih gede harusnya. Soalnya ya armu 280. Tapi tergantung kalau misalkan statsnya nggak sebagus ini, substatsnya nggak sebagus ini, bisa aja menang, tetap menang attack. Ini bagus emang, ini bagus banget. Kalau electro damage bonus, iya, nggak apa-apa kayaknya segitu sih. 1978. Soalnya kamu udah banyak attack dari engulfing. Tadi si Ito ya. Ito, Zhongli, udah Zhongli, Goro. Satu slot lagi. Yunjin nggak bisa. Palingan yang on off field biasa kali, kayak visual bisa. Kamu udah ada Zhongli ya, berarti nggak perlu Bennett harusnya sih. Tapi Bennett bisa, cuman kamu udah ada Zhongli nggak perlu. Masukin visual bisa. Udah ada Goro sama Zhongli kan? Iya. Visual mirip-mirip Albedo. Ya kalau nggak ada Zhongli baru pakai Bennett buat healernya juga. Kalau ada Zhongli harusnya nggak perlu. Ya visual aja, visual bagus. Kalau butuh off-field visual bagus. Kalau kayak Ningguang atau Geo MC bisa sebenarnya. Cuman Ningguang aku rasa kalau Ningguang itu makan field time-nya lumayan gede. Terserah sih, coba aja. Pilihannya sih visual Ningguang. Kalau suka Geo MC boleh. Geo MC damage-nya, bantu damage-nya lumayan, ngasih crit juga. Tapi nggak Geo juga nggak apa-apa. Siapa itu Nightbot? Siapa yang jadi Nightbot? Imposter. Nakano Hito Gerome. Apa itu? Ini tahun berapa? Aku kayaknya nggak pernah. 2019. Ya visual kalau untuk off field dia cocok di mana aja. Kalau perlu off field mirip-mirip Albedo lah. Kalau butuh off field cuman ya Albedo kadang nggak bisa ya sama lah. Nih ya.
Excuse me, I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass. Do you have any?
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been closed for the past few days.
Closed? Now that's odd. It's my first time hearing you say something like that.
Kalau kamu mau buat Abyss itu Abyss.
It's a long story. Some of our goods were stolen recently. They were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Although they're old models, they still fetch a good price on the market. Our caravans had to pull together Mora to afford those parts. Now that they've been lost, we'll likely come up short this trip. All the merchants talked it over and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory. Until this plan takes effect, none of us can privately sell anything.
Kamu nggak main Spiral Abyss.
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of a way to get them back? Raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences of the robbery onto your customers.
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just the thief disappeared into the deepest parts of the forest. We asked around, and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. Anyone who goes in experiences mental anomalies. We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out. All we could do is come up with another solution.
So the bandit hid in the contaminated region after stealing those mechanical parts. How many people were there in total? Were they not affected by the contaminated region?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many, there weren't any people.
No people?
Jamur. Rampok
Even if I
jamur.
tell you, you might not believe me.
What?
Oh, fine. The thief that stole our parts was a huge mechanical crab.
What the heck? The Avidia Forest has creatures like that?
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It moved too skillfully to be new at this. It came out of nowhere. Before we could
Mechanical
react, it
crab.
stopped our goods and ran away.
Yang itu ya, yang ruin ada shield.
We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses, the thief was already long gone.
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods, then business will return to normal?
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIPs!
Ya
On
ampun.
all future purchases of any...
Enough. Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical crab?
Inari is tired of your bullshit.
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specifically got someone to assess the situation. If you're interested, you can go and talk to them.
All right. We'll go and have a word.
Iya, ini story quest tadi karena pas mau tadi Archon quest, this character is in another quest. Oh, udah enggak nih? Mau ini aja. Tadi Tinarinya ada di quest ini. Udah nggak merah nih. Bisa. Ya udahlah, lanjut aja dulu. Tapi nanggung kalau kepotong begini. Nah, baru awal nggak apa-apa lah. Ya udahlah. Lanjut Archon. Spider-Man. Hah? Di sana? Kirain di sini. Masih lama ya, Archonnya juga masih lama kayaknya. Jam berapa sih? Jam 6.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
I'm not trapped here with you.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30?
You are trapped here with me.
To arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
Oh, wow, cepet amat.
The Outcast? An outcast from the Academia? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you
Waduh, aku lagi pakai tim apa? Gelot.
You're up, traveler.
Aku pakai tim apa? Waduh, aku pakai tim jelek.
Allow me.
Tim apa ini? Oh my god. Ya, sini loh.
Our bond is strong. Let's move out.
Ayo, belum. Hyper belum.
Stand with me. Just like we rehearsed. Hold the line.
biji. Power of biji, tembak. Biji. Oh, gila. Belum, timku lagi jelek. Dia di atas, kok bisa di atas dia? What the hell? Kok bisa di situ? Hai, turun. Hai. Kok bisa di situ dia? Kamu ngapain di atas? Ya, hyper belum? Dor.
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like? Yeah, looks like we'll have to keep our guards up.
Dominnya marah.
But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tighnari? Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
Ganti tim. Dogo Sark. Oh, jangan-jangan Tighnarinya gone. Nah, nggak mungkin Tighnarinya gone. Kalau nggak mah nggak akan kekunci di Tighnari story quest. Itu Kole ya? Kole, ya. Kole.
Oh, it's the traveler in Paimon. What are you two doing back here? Kole, it's nice to see you again. Are you doing all right?
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tighnari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Oh, Kole. Speaking of Tighnari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tighnari? He just left the Avidia forest a little while ago. He was headed to Pardis Diai.
Pardis Diai.
He left? But isn't Tighnari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia forest? He even turned down the sage's invitation.
I thought it was weird too.
Uh-oh.
Master Tighnari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything.
Kena trap.
He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule.
Hai malam, Mephisto.
To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care of. Master Tighnari originally studied in the Amurta Darshan of the Academia, and Pardis Diai is something like the
Amurta Darshan yang di atas itu ya?
Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tighnari once spent a long time conducting research at Pardis Diai.
A research base, huh?
Uh-oh.
Gotta wonder what kind of research Tighnari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Pardis Diai.
Cara balik ke dunia nyata di Sumeru, itu yang Aranara.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tighnari, please send him my regards.
Got it. Will do. See you later.
Iya, yang kayak apa sih? Yang kayak bawang, yang kayak Rupert Flower. Nyanyi di sana pakai ini. Nah, ya. Ada nyangkut di tangga. Tangga OP. Nah, bisa. Yang ini kan yang bukan, lewat. Yang dia maksud yang research base-nya di mana sih? No, nggak tahu ah. Kok bisa apa? Oh, ini Catherine. Bisa yang ini nih. Kok? Ada Catherine. Ini.
Wait, look who it is!
Nah.
Thank goodness you're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
Actually, it's very smart of the traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
Test failed successfully.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right?
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
Mind
What a
jump.
relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then, how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha.
Gak sengaja trigger Archon quest padahal cuma mau ngambil ekspedisi. Nggak balik-balik si Catherine. Iya. Makanya aku sebelum nge-start ini aku selalu di Inazuma.
It feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty
Katherynenya mana nggak ada.
Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Oh, dia kontak Tinari.
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced her destination by looking at the direction you were moving in.
Kirain yang manggil Tinari si Nahida.
You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
Firefly hilangnya cepet banget. Hah, itu yang waktu itu. Sebentar.
some people with actual competence for once.
Come on, traveler, let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
Nah, sampai Act 3 aja deh. Mana mouse hilang. Mouseku hilang. Ah. Oh iya, Apesia yang meditasi. Iya, padi Sarah nggak bisa ditanam sih.
Traveler? It is you!
Ah! The voice! It's Hypatia!
Mau speedrun buat gacha. Speedrun event buat gacha.
What a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life?
Ketemu langsung sama Aida.
See?
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Ada sim Hypatia.
Hypatia?
Hypatia.
You're way too excited about this.
Hypatia.
Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it! Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating
Ini
to share
divine-nya
this
kan di
sublime
sini.
joy with others at long last. When my consciousness made contact with the gods. What a supreme and unparalleled experience that was.
That sounds incredible!
Oh, all right. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten
Suara
my
apaan?
promise to you.
Petir kali, dari tadi hujan gede. Jadi aku naikin grafiknya malah jadi kurang lag dan kurang panas HP-nya.
Remember? I promised to help you
Nggak masuk
understand what you
akal.
saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
You can do that?
Kok Hypatia jadi aneh?
I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit borneal with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
Kok gitu? Kok jadi 60 malah lebih adem?
We're using that incense again?
Tidak masuk akal.
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Ready?
Kok sas banget Hypatia-nya?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled.
Oh,
The
Baladir.
first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. jealous before his mortality? He broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounce the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief.
What the hell?
Your era is coming to an end.
Ini mukanya kayak Xiao. Hah? Screenshot, cekrek.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such sublime emotion!
Uh-oh.
Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God!
Sekarang
Please
musik.
grant me
Halo,
forgiveness
Jack.
and salvation.
Semacam ada suara gresek. Enggak, petir. Lagi hujan. Hujannya nggak kedengeran, petirnya kadang kedengeran. Karena kena noise suppression kayaknya, tapi nggak fully suppress. Jadinya masih ada suaranya.
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no periporno life, but rather...
You! Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me?
Petirnya gede.
I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Hypatia?
Kalau angin harusnya udah enggak. Kemarin kena anemo. Bentar.
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait.
Wait a minute.
Have I already lost my mind?
Iya, ada. Kemarin dimarahin Venti, sekarang dimarahin Raiden. Archon. Dari tadi hujan gede. Hujannya sih nggak kedengeran, paling suara aku jadi aneh kalau hujannya terlalu gede.
Wait, something isn't right.
Ada kependem. Oh no. Everything is going bad. Everything is a disaster. Oh, yang itu dipotong ya dari trailernya. Oh, di palace-nya. Oh, jadi kecil, jadi bocil. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's so big. Waduh. Terus? Oh. Traveler? Oh.
Okay, we finally lost him.
What the hell happened?
Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different.
Oh, ditransfer.
Oh, the traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here.
Oh.
What? You swore?
Jadi kecil.
You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said,
Oh no. Bocilnya kemana?
the doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness,
Oh.
so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies.
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time. Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague.
Ganito dito ka na nucleus with inside Taida. Ew. Kata Lumin, ew.
Oh, that makes sense. Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing. She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divination at the Sub-Zero's festival. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria.
The moon. Oh.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida
To the
was telling us
desert.
to go find help in the desert? But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation,
Iya.
safe to say I have witnessed that for myself.
Kita nggak tahu kenapa si Tinari ke sana. Pardidash. What? Pardis. Nggak tahu lah nama
I've spent
tempatnya
some
apa.
time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always
Pardis
secret
dia
about its
ya.
scope and goals. So I
Namanya
eventually
susah.
declined.
Message or okay.
All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of
Hah? Mau mereka pakai dreamnya ngambil harvest dream buat restore Invincible? Makanya mereka.
Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body?
Oh, wah.
What?
Do you have any evidence?
Oh. Gila.
So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tighnari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
Wow.
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Party's DI and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self.
Gila-gila.
If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time.
1 di Mondstadt, 2 di sini.
From your description,
Si
I don't think
Kapten.
they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene.
Ya, nggak sampai 4 kayaknya sih.
But then, what is
Hari
the
ini.
connection between creating a new god and restoring Ermin's soul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom
Aduh.
go with you.
Bentar. Si Tinarinya nggak ikut ke desert.
Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then.
Nggak bisa dia kekeringan si Tinari kalau ke desert. Udah ya? Udah belum? Masih Act 3? Masih. Caravan Rabat. Let's go. To the desert. Oh. Bisa bikin lingkaran pakai ini. Tuh. Ekornya kering. Kekeringan dia nggak bisa. Dia perlu yang lembab. Nggak kekeringan.
We finally made it to Caravan Rabat. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Panjat.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Nah. Kok ada si ini?
Over here.
Hah? Tiba-tiba.
Oh, hey, then went that way. Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Si abang. Hah? Oh. Diikutin.
What the? Where did she go?
Joki lah.
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
Oi.
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties.
Gak bisa bahasa gacha Rajal Gurun Pasir, enggak.
Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be.
Bangkrut. Mau Nilu, mau Nahida, nggak bisa. Bangkrut.
Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ainul Ahmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Nggak pernah top up. Nggak pernah top up Genesis Crystal.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Aku bisa TP. Tidak mau ikut kamu. Oh, nggak perlu. Kirain jalan. Be viewed as the savior of the world by the citizen controlled by Dottore. Oh no. Witness Scaramouche pass after being connected to the divine consciousness. Gila, story-nya makin ini aja. Mahal cuy. Aku udah pasti Nilu, udah pasti Nahida. Makanya nggak berani gacha ini, nggak takut nggak cukup. 4.800 dari ini 129 kan dapat 300 tiap itu, ditumpukin terus. Aku TP, ngapain aku jalan?
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Kayaknya mau beli skin kecil. Hah? Oh. Razor Gurun. Berantem. Dia pakai pedang baru ya? Yang apa sih namanya? Yang claymore-nya ada sekarang.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Di look nggak pakai coaching mungkin. Full nilonya di stream iyalah 100 lebih. Enggak sih, belum tentu. Nggak tahu, lihat nanti ya. Pasti di stream, cuman nggak tahu menang apa kalah. Dia apa kalau misalkan Raiden channel ada tim yang swirl pakai Fury terus dikasih as only, apakah damage ultinya sama Raiden C2? Nggak tahu deh. Coba bentar.
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Maksudmu sama-sama 60% gitu ya, Adam? Karena sama-sama 60% kan? Kurang lebih sama kalau musuhnya ada 10% resistance. Yang ya sekitar 40%, kurang lebih sama. Cuman kalau dua-duanya bakal lebih bagus. Makanya biasanya kalau Raiden itu kan Raiden C2 tetap bawa Nemo karena dia dua-duanya itu nge-stack-nya bagus, istilahnya gitu. Jadi tetap berarti C2 tetap bawa Vivi. Tapi kalau yang sama-sama 60% kurang lebih sama. Tapi cara hitungnya beda. Yang rest ya kalah dikit lah, kalah 4%, yang defense-nya naik 42%, 43 lah. Yang resistant naik 39%. Ini aku kasih di Discord aja deh. Bentar. Namanya dapat dari IL Nano.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes Amatra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance.
Oh, dia tetap Academia.
Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Sama-sama licik.
Well, look at you two, acting all tough and
Yeay.
self-righteous over there.
Kita bisa percaya ini.
Wait, dia?
Yang ini kita bisa percaya.
Great, finally someone that we can
Yeah, benar, Paimon. Bisa percaya.
You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Kental manis.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover.
Wah,
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this wind is
Candace.
strong. Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Minum susu coklat ya. Itu Yakult. Usus. Cintai ususmu.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace,
Oh.
protector of Aru Village.
Pantas ya ada dia pakai shield.
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Cacing gede.
On second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
Cacing besar Alaska.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
Padahal tidak meta kamu.
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission.
Paling savage tapi padahal tidak meta.
Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress.
Cek mana yang depan.
As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me,
Yes, PA-nya VTuber. Lupa namanya. Namanya depannya Sai juga kalau nggak salah, CY juga kalau nggak salah. Apa gitu?
The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us.
Ya itu.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Kalau Haytham rilis bakal gacha tergantung kitnya lah. Cowok dia.
Yes, I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Al-Haytham!
After all, The promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward?
Udah kebanyakan karakter cowok, banyakin cewek. Dihia aja, tapi Pyro. Mungkin unik. Lihatlah kitnya, kalau seru kitnya. Kayak Nilo, ini kan. Nilo kan kitnya seru.
So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages.
Mendingan ini nih si Dihia nih.
Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ainul Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Apakah Nilo bisa dimain belum doang? Ya. Nggak doang sih. Ya di pasifnya ya buat belum. Mungkin bisa buat driver hydro kayak biasa. Driver hydro di nasional gitu apa-apa. Itu bisa. Cuman ya sekedar itu doang. Bonus. Kalau kamu ngegacha Nilo ya pasti buat Bloom-nya. Bukan buat driver hydro-nya. Kalau kamu mau driver hydro masih ada Ayato, masih ada Child, mendingan itu. Itu sementara ya itu doang. Kan belum rilis jadinya.
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence.
Iya.
I won't regard you as an enemy for now.
Kalau misalkan dipakainya nggak di tim Bloom ya kayak cuman kayak driver hydro biasa.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings.
Nice, mommy.
And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Melayani family, is friends with the traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here, but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
Nilo weaponnya Festering Desire. Festering Desire. Iron Sting kalau dianya trigger. HOD kayaknya agak susah soalnya ya begitulah. Belumnya nge-damage. Sakri atau Valvo mungkin.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Uh-oh.
Whoa! What was that sound?
Itu creature sandstorm.
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Iya, masalahnya itu kalau HOD. Katanya HOD trap, jangan. Mendingan yang lain.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Nggak tahu deh kalau misalkan jellyfishnya Kokomi ada di field, bisa nggak pakai HOD? Apakah damage-nya ketutupan sama healingnya?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Nggak ngomong apa-apa, the boys. Lah, the boys hilang. Where's the boys? Dia and the boys. Setnya dia untuk sekarang tergantung. Kalau bisa 2 HOD, 2 TOM. Bisa juga IM yang kayak Gilded. Antara itu, lihat nanti. 2 HOD-nya Heart of Depth. Artifact. Sama 2 TOM. Atau Elemental Mastery IM kayak Gilded. Ini Lomi Splitter kayaknya nggak bagus. Yang bagus paling PJC 5 star selain signature dia. Yang aku sekarang masih 2 HOD. Aku mau nyari 2 TOM cuman males. Nih. Ini doang. Ini ada HP. Masih plus 16 semua tapi. Nantilah pas akhir baru dinaikin. Hah? Rumahnya dia di mana sih? Di atas. Ini kan pintu masuknya? Oke, never mind. Oh, wah. Ada refund musuhnya.
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Uh-oh.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
Taruh. Enggak. Bukan sepuh.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame main in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go.
Let's go. Siapa yang mau si Six?
Blaze over.
Gelo.
Access denied.
Ah.
Yahoo! Time for takeoff.
Here comes another wave. When are they ever gonna let up?
With the power of an Anemo Archon.
The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of them?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Ya, Nilo nggak rekomen aku nih lo nge-pull pas ini mah. Kalau kamu mau nge-pull palingan tunggu seminggu biar pada TC-TC-nya pada ini. Aku juga ngetes sih, cuman nggak akan sedip teori crafting.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Siapa itu?
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children.
Bener Nahida rilis Seno jadi maspul? Enggak. Nahidanya sih bagus untuk support, untuk gantiin Dendro. Sekarang kan Dendro kecil. Dendro dikit. Seno mah enggak. Kayaknya Seno jauh.
I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Nah itu universal sih, lumayan. Dia enak. Untuk Dendro enabler.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering.
Irminsul.
So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves.
Hard work paid off gitu. Torbjorn.
Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace, but no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
Gila, kayak everything goes wrong gitu. Archon quest-nya.
I've had encounters with
Disaster.
those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
Kayaknya nggak ada yang segawat ini dari 3 yang sebelumnya. Kayak Remonstrat, Tiyue. Mungkin karena di Archon quest sebelum-sebelumnya Archonnya nggak ngapa-ngapain kali ya. Ya yang Inazuma si Raiden akhir-akhirnya ngebantu, cuman sebelum-sebelumnya nggak ada Archon yang ngebantu.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins?
Inazuma's
fascinated by how you
civil war.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Oke. Bentar. Balik lagi. Oke, bentar.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.
When in Aru Village, please respect the local customs.
Backgroundnya bagus, ada bocil.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Katana wa wasa o sasai. Takumi wa takawara is. Ini merchant. Gila, banyak banget workpass-nya.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that.
Aduh, nanti dah,
Aru
biarin.
Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
That's good.
A soft
Bagus
green
dong.
light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, traveler? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The academia has always placed far greater importance on the late greater
Jahat
Lord
nih,
Rukkhadevata.
padahal lucu.
They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two
good.
really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I wanna find my
Bocil
grandpa.
kematian.
So you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hazen wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry, I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Aduh, banyak masalah. Nggak ada yang selesai masalah. Gimana sih itu? Oh, di atas ya dia. Tadi padahal Candace manggil lu dari bawah. Tapi rumahnya sebenarnya di sini. Village Chief House.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Final?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Logonya lucu ini dasar. Piramid.
Hey, Isak! Oh, it's you guys! We've cleared everything up! Let's go find your grandpa!
Tahu nih, satu mabok, satunya pensiun, udah tua. Satunya malah masalahnya childish ada.
Really? Wow, thank you so much.
Archon yang kecil gini nggak childish, yang elektro yang lebih childish.
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Nah, kok jadi nyari kakek-kakek? Oh, udah selesai. Wah. Udahlah. Dreams, emptiness, deception. Apa jadi kakek-kakek? Yeah, akhirnya bisa reputation. Reputation dulu, kayaknya udah jam berapa? Kok beres be? Udah nggak, yang keempatnya nanti deh. Pengen buat ini sebenarnya nih. Akhirnya reputation 2 setelah beberapa 2 bulan. Males soalnya, males world quest. Tes reputasi Sumeru, kamu belum. Kamu juga belum. Yang ini yang paling bagus kan ini. Cuman ininya doang. Buat ambilin pohon. Ya ininya juga bagus sih, 8, 9, 10. Coba deh. Elektro. Jamur. Nilot pala, aduh. Coba. Ini ya. Ini mah ini di bawah kan? Ya. Ini deket nih. Ini mana? No, this one. Oh. Itu gak kena damage. No, salah orang. Sebelahnya. Nah. Armin. Oh no. Buat Layla sih deh. Nah, nanti bisa ngambil lagi. Kalau udah ada Nahida gampang ngambilnya, nanti tinggal cekrek. Dapat. Ini zaitun peach aku banyak. Ini di mana sih? Ini aku bingung banget sama map yang di Port Armos di sini tuh. Kadang TP-nya lebih dekat yang ini kelihatannya, tapi lebih dekat yang itu. Oh iya benar yang ini. Aku salah orang lagi. Please. Oke. Jamur, bounty, oh ini yang jamur. Itu kan? Wait, ini disuruh apa? Oh iya langsung geletek.
Witness the power of Gua. Rain outlines your fate. Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
Sama aja kan ya? Sama aja. Iya, nggak perlu cari jejak lagi. Emang yang waktu itu kan diubah. Emang pas Inazuma doang, yang maksudnya yang nggak perlu nyari clue itu Inazuma doang ya? Mondstadt sama Liyue masih harus nyari? Atau diubah semua? Aku nggak pernah nyoba lagi semenjak update itu. Mondstadt Liyue masih tetap. Sekarang juga masih. Aduh, immune ke Hydro. Tetap bisa lah.
Stabilize.
Gotcha.
Hai. Hai, kamu immune ke Hydro, aku lupa.
Know my sword. Here comes the catch.
Ngapain aku ulti ya kalau gitu? Satu aja cukup itu. Ya cepet ini mah. Nah ini kan hari Minggu, makanya aku mau Archon quest sekarang. Reputasi, iya makanya aku terakhir reputation Mondstadt sama Liyue itu sebelum update Inazuma. Oh pas masih versi 2. Pas udah Inazuma dong. Berarti masih tetap dong. Berarti yang diubah, maksud aku tuh pas Inazuma rilis, kan mereka ngubah bounty sama request bounty-nya benar, bounty-nya jadi langsung kan. Aku kira tuh dia ngubah semua bounty-nya yang di monster sama Liyue. Kalau kamu udah 2.0 masih begitu, berarti tetap sama. Berarti yang diubah cuman nih, maksud yang diubah cuman Inazuma. Oh masih sama, iya berarti masih sama. Berarti emang ada Aranara. Aku kira ini tempat grappling loh. Wait, ini mah quest ya? Ini mah quest ya lah. You trick me Aranara. Kena tipu Aranara. Iya, bagus lah. Arapandu. Gimana sih? Oh my god, T-Red nggak enak banget. Oh itu dia. Tempatnya nggak enak banget di sini tuh. Grapple ke kepala arah-arah. Iya, kuning-kuning kirain tempat grappling. Oh nice.
Witness the power of Gua. Game's up. Fun's over.
Saya nggak perlu tahu ini mah. Udah hilang. Sekarang ke jamur. Grapple-nya ke kepala Arana, Pak.
Rain cutter. No, my sword. Quietly now.
Stabilize.
Rise. Masih ada. Oh.
Quake.
Door. Halo, panik. Jedor 66.000.
Take it easy.
Dah. Tinggal resin. Aku bingung resinnya buat apa. Buat artifact kali. Aduh, mouse hilang dulu. Oh, udah. Yang penting reputation 3 sih. Ini pengen buat karakter dendro. Salah, ini semua. Nilu udah semua. Oleh udah 80, Kokomi udah 80. Kayaknya nggak apa-apa deh gini dulu deh. Kayaknya mendingan artifact. Talentnya Kole nggak perlu talentnya. Mendingan artifact deh.
Add Astra.
Scam box. Nggak ada TOM sih. Pengen aku kalau ada TOM. Masih belum full kok. Oh ya dikit lagi. Ya nggak perlu. Nanti aja. Hajar. Tradisi. Scambox bingung mau apa? Tunggu Nilu deh. Kayaknya aku pengen ininya sih buat dendronya. Sekarang masih jelek-jelek karena aku jarang make itu. Jarang farming.
With sword comes shadow. I'm getting sick. Rest and rebuild.
Testing my patience.
Nowhere to hide.
Gone. Dapat belum? Scam box. Seperti biasa. Jelek-jelek. Ya benar juga ya. Aku pakai kole.
Hold the line. Write this on for Saran. By royal decree.
Ow.
The sword from shadow.
My patience. Will.
Don't blink.
Oh.
I'm getting sick. Allow me.
Midnight Phantasma.
Hey.
Please, please, kole. Aku lebih suka playstyle-nya Kucing daripada playstyle-nya Saino. Ini lupis. Ini not ini HP double crit, HP statusnya ER. ER juga lumayan penting ya buat ya. Kalau nggak salah yang sekarang aku nggak ada double crit deh di gobletnya. Oh ada deh yang nggak ada double crit apa circlet? Enggak. Sense-nya malah. Huh. Kole ember. Oh my god, kena stagger. Dia anti stagger. Ah. Bumerang. Lah mana dendronya? Oh hilang kena bloom. Ya. Nyari IM bakal lebih susah lagi ya. Di circlet kali nyari IM circlet. Oh my god. Ya, dendronya hilang. No, bagus itunya. Defense. Satu lagi ya. Habis itu masih ada 100. Ya. Fallen Ember. Kesetrum. Sakit. Ah!
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Nowhere to hide. Got lucky that time.
Astaga. Gila super armornya. Tiada batas. 3. Anemo. 2 apa? Ya udah, 2 lagi. Full nggak? Oh udah full. Ya udah naikin artifact yang tadi aja. Ininya kali ya. Bunga yang double crit pasti banyak. Ini bagus nggak ya? IR aku juga nyari sih.
I wonder when I'll be as
Mau ganti aja. Ini bagus karena ini HOD. Ini aja dulu. Duh recehan. Apa aja bagus sih ini mah. Semuanya sih bagus. Ini 100. HP crit rate. Holy. Ini juga bagus. Tapi noblesse buat apa? Tergantung ini berarti. Crit, double crit. No. Nanti dah. Pas Nilunya rilis aja. Nanti bisa filter. Udah capek aku. Aduh. Gokil. Serem nih anak.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Hyper belum? Hyper belumnya keluar angkasa. Ngeng, titik, ting. Hyper belumnya ke atas kagak turun-turun. Musuhnya udah mati semua. Duh, leher sakit tuh. Nggak ada crit tapi. Crit AR udah.
You are not
Royal decree. Allow me.
Ow.
Don't blink. Cut to the chase. Hey. Midnight Phantasmagoria. Hold the line. Incoming.
Gila. Wow. Wah, sadisnya anak.
Don't blink.
Habisnya satu lagi. HP. Jelek. Ow.
With sword comes shadow. I'm getting sick. Incoming.
Gila, perih.
Rest and rebuild. Hi. Wings of darkness. Speed of light. I created another universe and found.
Nanam buah pir. Mau udahan ya. Duh, kenapa leher 3 aja dulu capek. Panjang. Ini belum. Aku yang Aranara aja belum semua.
universe and founded paradise.
Duh, gandeng.
I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrten.
Ini belum nih. Aranara aja belum sebenarnya. Ini tadinya hari ini kan Minggu, besok kan weekly reset. Tadi aku Archon quest dulu yang satu sekalian buat unlock reputation. Tujuan utamanya unlock reputation. Biar bisa mulai reputation. Yang 4-nya nanti. Pas 3-nya sih tengah-tengahnya seru. Archon quest 3. Akhir-akhirnya ya jadi kurang. Nanti deh. Tuh ini masih dikit banyak. Dikit banget aku yang udah. Baru 27. Desert aja belum kebuka semua. Kemarin aku baru dikit bukanya. Baru nyampe sini. Ini belum nih. Ini di atas aku males. Kalau sini belum. Kemarin ada commission sih di sini, jadinya aku buka. Oh, panas. Udah harusnya weekly. Ini bos kemarin aku udah gebuk. Ya udah. Ya tinggal nunggu rilisnya Nilu. Jumat. Ya udahlah, aku udahan. Mau makan. Oke, bye-bye. Bye-bye.